Dimash Kudaibergen saw my reaction. That legitimately happened. So let's see how that looked. Whew. If this is your first time on my channel, I'm H of the stage. I'm a vocal coach. I do music reactions, vocal reactions, but I also do a lot of other music topics. I sometimes post cover songs and original songs, so a lot of music stuff on this channel for everybody to enjoy. But this is a special day because Dimash Kudaibergen, the best singer in the world, there's no question about it, actually saw one of my reactions. He saw it as a part of this compilation for his birthday. It's almost something like a documentary where he watched a lot of his vocal performances live, and he basically talked about how he sang some parts. If I understand from the comments, he pointed out some of the parts that he wasn't really proud how he sang, but I mean, he's kind of crazy because he's the best singer in the world. He really basically sings without any flaw, and he still criticized himself this much. But I guess that's what makes him the best, because he goes and analyzes every single detail of his performance, and he always strives to be better. You can see him analyzing his singing, showing it with the hand and everything. This is surreal to me.
Это безупречно, совершенно головной голос, и это стаккато, и то, как он двигает микрофоном, что позволяет получить более острый звук. Когда ты поешь очень высокую ноту с сильным белтингом, то лучше это делать именно так. Он тут немного красуется, но лучше делать именно так, чтобы справиться с диафрагмой. Это также крутое движение перед толпой, чтобы они с ума посходили.
So this is just a small snippet of my video called The Highest Note Ever Sung Male, Dimash Kudaibergen Unforgettable Day, Gakku Live. Now, one thing that I've talked about in that part is how he sang this very quick staccato note, but he didn't use just his diaphragm. Of course, he did it like that, but he also did it by swinging his microphone and just made that very sharp staccato sound. Let me just play you that part where I talked about it so you can hear the English version. Wow, this is a perfect head voice, and that staccato, and just moving the mic, it just helps you get that, you know, very sharp staccato stuff. When you're singing a note this high with so much belt, it's better to do it like this. And he's also just showing you off a bit, but it's better to do it like this than just to do it with the diaphragm. It's also a kind of a cool move to do in front of the crowd. They just go nuts. He didn't say anything, of course, and if you probably ask him who H of the stage is, I'm sure he wouldn't know, but still, it's so cool for myself to see that somebody like Dimash, who's worldwide known, who's so great, who fills up arenas like this, who just has a million fans, very dedicated fans. It's just so cool to see his face down in the screen while looking at my reaction. And not only that, but he smiled a little bit, and that really made my day, because he smiled when I said that that's a really cool move he does with a microphone, and it just you know, it just pleases the crowd so much. Now, if you look at it from a different perspective, that's really not that big deal, you know, it's not a huge deal. But then again, I started this YouTube channel because I wanted to expand my views when it comes to singing. I wanted to teach myself a bit more about singing as well, and I wanted to share my professional views and my thoughts with you guys. And Dimash was just one of those guys that has it all, where you can talk for days and days and you will never run out of things to say, because there are so many details that go into his voice, that go into his performance, and they're all wonderful. And I could talk about him all day, and I'm also glad that you guys like listening to that. This was a special video for his birthday, and it kind of made my day. I almost felt like it's my birthday.
Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Dimash, happy birthday to you.
We're going to listen to and sing an impossible song, the song that was written so no human could ever perform it. The song has the hugest range of probably any song ever written. If I'm correct, it goes all the way down from G sharp 2 up to F sharp 6. And the melody is also pretty hard to sing. Dimash! you can hear that melody. Ta na 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 na. And now we come to the staccatos. That was the F6 I was talking about. So the melody goes something like this. And you hear that. That's the same note as from the Queen of the Night. So listen to this part. It's actually kind of freaky that Dimash kind of sounds like this when he's singing Diva Dance. Then you have the lowest part of the song that goes, oh. Now that by itself is maybe not that hard, but when you just come off from an freaking F6 to going all the way down, that's just, you know, that's just, I don't even have a word for that. That's just not normal. That's crazy. That's insane. That's an alien kind of voice, an alien kind of technique. Are we sure that Dimash hasn't been abducted at some point? Very breathy, very intimate. Okay, nice. Okay. Okay, so he went to the deeper notes, to his bass baritone register. He has a very beautiful color. What I've noticed so far, when he's going down there, he's not pushing anything. He's just letting the air flow out. It's very relaxed. He doesn't strain his throat one bit. It's perfectly technically performed. Woo. Well, so this is the crazy part. He went all the way down to his bass register, and then he just slid up, slightly going from one note to another, to his head voice. And it's not just any head voice. It sounds very operatic. It sounds like a soprano singing. Oof, I got the goosebumps. Best vocal control I've ever heard. So here he proved my point about singing like a soprano again. Whoa! Just when you think that he can't go any higher, he surprises me all the time. Now listen. Those were all slides. Those were all glissandos. He never stopped for one note or to take a breath in. He just did it full on one breath, and that's just crazy. The talks about him being the best singer in the world just might be true. Okay, the same line as before, but this time falsetto. Very breathy. Not up. I almost said not operatic, then he did this. And if I'm not mistaken, this is one octave higher. Okay, now we have that female kind of head voice, operatic head voice that he does. Great stuff. Okay, but the melody is very interesting. Nice, nice. It almost sounds oriental, kind of. Arabic, kind of. I mean, this is what I was just talking about. This is straight out of from Arabia. It's almost like a mix of yodeling and singing. This is a pretty standard singing in the Arabia countries. This is usually the way their priests celebrate God, with this kind of singing, with these kinds of, let's say, almost like yodely singing, but very emotional, very straightforward. I don't know many singers that can mix many different genres of singing and many different singing styles like Dimash can. I mean, he's just, when it comes to singing, you have like beginners, you have medium kind of singers, you have the hard difficulty singers, you have the pros, you have the grandmasters, then you just have Dimash Kudaibergen. Whoa. Is this the same Dimash I've been reacting to for quite some time now? What? What? Is this the same guy I've been reacting to for quite some time now? He always manages to amaze me somehow. Just that deep voice, just that powerful deep. I can feel a little bit of classical approach here. And he's just singing in a very deep bass baritone sounding quality tone. I'm used to hearing him start very low, but it's usually in a spoken word kind of a sense. But this is like full on bass baritone sound. More bass than baritone. But wow, this is just great. Look at this. He's amazing.
Se forte sai,
Let me see what he's singing there.
se forte sai.
Very powerful stuff, man. I'm really enjoying this one. If this was the first song I listened to Dimash, I would probably think of him as more like a bass baritone kind of singer. But he just has it all covered. I would say that he's more of a tenor because I feel that's where his natural voice, rings the most, resonates the most. But he can sing, he can sing anything. Give him a dictionary, he would make it sound cool. Let's listen what he's going to do next. I hope my heart can handle this. Okay. Dimash. Man, he's going to his operatic voice. It's almost like an mezzo soprano. Not mezzo, it's a soprano. Okay, so if I were to listen this with closed eyes and not know who Dimash is, I would probably think that this was some other singer singing this. I would probably think that this is a backing singer, like a featuring singer to this song, because this just sounds completely different from the rest of the song. But that being said, it doesn't sound disconnected from the song. It sounds different, but it goes very well with the rest of the song. And now he's going full Dimash on us. It had to be a climax. It just had to go somewhere. Man. Ah! How long did he sang that? How long did he build that? I need to check that out. I like that short staccato notes. He's so natural. I like the hair in this one. Nice style. Beautiful. Do you hear those little percussion instruments in the back? Those short notes that they play, I believe those are castañetes, a Spanish instrument, and it just works perfect with the staccato notes on the keyboard. Just a wonderful blend of sounds there. I like the pronunciation here. This is Russian, right? I think so. Okay, so this part he sang before in the falsetto, but now he's singing it in his full voice. Listen, the slide. It's amazing to see how he switches between his registers. He always starts a little bit softer and nice. And the crowd is just going nuts here. Amazing. Did you see how he did this, like with his mic? He's just enjoying himself here. Amazing to see this. Watch it one more time. The first modulation here. When I say modulation, I mean key change. Amazing stuff, man. The song just builds up in energy. One more? Come on. So this is the second, or the second modulation, I think. The second key change. And he's singing it staccato there. I mean, that's just nuts. That's just goofing around here. That's like hard on a completely new level. One more key change. Whoa, beautiful control. Very straight. Very nice. So he's singing about whispering, and that's basically the way he's singing here. Земли. Very deep. Nice. I'm just waiting for a break so I can tell you something here. I feel a build-up coming. Okay. Okay, I think we're going into the chorus now, but before we go there, you can notice the proximity effect. That's something that we have when you're recording in a studio, you know? Just think about it this way. I'm just going to talk something, and the proximity effect is the thing that happens when you get close to the mic. So when you get close to the mic, you have this almost ASMR kind of feel. When you hear every single sibilance very rounded, and if you were to, you know, see the EQ of the voice, you will notice that it has a little bit of more low end, which means it has a little bit of deeper frequencies pushed. So this is how it sounds. I'm just gonna talk something and I'm going to go very close to the mic, and you can hear that it's almost like it's started to get a little bit muddy, you know? The voice becomes a little bit more deep ended. It has a little bit of more deep frequencies, but when I go backwards, you just hear the normal kind of sound. You hear the middle frequencies very well, which is something that we usually hear when somebody's speaking. Now, this doesn't sound like a big deal, but unfortunately, I know a lot of singers that don't use their microphone appropriately. Now, Dimash is not one of those. You already saw him in a million songs where he uses his mic like this, not only to show off, not only to make those staccato notes sharper, but to show everybody that it's actually him singing, you know, that it's not a playback. Because a lot of people, when they're listening to him, they are just overwhelmed. They can't believe that this is all coming from one person, that they start to believe that it's actually, you know, played in the background and that he's just lip syncing. But I can say without a single doubt, that's not what's happening here. Not when it comes to Dimash. I like those belts. Short, but powerful. You can hear those, you know, intervals there. You know, just every once in a while. Notice how he distanced his microphone. Okay, so you really need to respect how he uses that microphone. You know, because you can be the best singer in the world, but if he were to sing this up closely. The mixer guy he just couldn't save that. It would be too loud, it would be too in your face, and it would just go into this digital distortion. I don't mean distortion that he does with his vocal. No, it would sound distorted because it would go over the limiters and it would just ruin a little bit of his voice in the mix. But Dimash, being a professional that he is, he knows exactly how far he will take the microphone away from him, because he knows exactly how loud he's going to sing something and how long he's going to belt something, and that just shows you how much he is prepared for every single performance he does. What? 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 This was a crazy good whistle note, and whistle notes are probably the hardest thing to sing. Not many singers can sing it at all, and it's usually mostly done by female singers, because it's very high up there and you need enormous amounts of breath to pull it off. It's basically just breathy singing. It's almost like you're just focusing that air like a laser beam, and you're focusing it so hard and so precise that you can go into this whistle register, which is an octave higher than the highest female belt singing, roughly said. But I need to check this out. I need to check what note that was. So I gotta show you this. Look at this. This is a D6, and he's not singing that. This is a D7, and no, he's not singing that. Here we would have a D8, and that's what he's singing. So the note that Dimash is singing here, it's too high that it can't even be played on the piano. And let me just say, this is a normal size stage piano, so that means it has 88 keys, which is every key you have on the largest piano you can possibly think of. He played a note that's one note higher than my highest note on the piano. And I can't play that note for you here, and I can't even hit a transpose button because it just won't produce that kind of sound. So I'm going to have to play it from a mobile application that allows me to play pitches, or more precisely, it allows me to play frequencies, different frequencies. I can fine-tune frequencies here. And what I will do, I will just try to drag it all the way up until I get the sound that he does. So let's do that. Okay, so this will sound very weird, but let's just try it. So this is not that note. So something like this. I know this sounds horrible like this. This is probably the closest frequency you will ever see of Dimash singing this note. So let me just show you. That's crazy. I need to use an application just to show you what note he's singing. I mean, what? I can't play it on my piano. Oh, let's listen till the end. I don't know if I'm jealous or if I'm proud of this guy. Both. I'm jealous. I need to be jealous, at least a bit. But I think we're all jealous of this voice. Beautiful. And just to leave it in a falsetto like that. So listen to the melody, how it ends. You have this descending line, sliding, and then he just plays then this one note with a vibrato, and it just feels like a distress call, you know? It kind of feels like there's no place for peace here. I feel that the song is going to be about something that kind of happened in the history of his land that maybe is not that peaceful. I'm just guessing this from the instrumental. I mean, maybe I'm maybe I'm overthinking this, but let's just listen for now so I can paint a better picture.
Elinde suyup götürdüm büyük alakanımda spanğa sanaq tesbih elinge bol ömürden meneni sandar şındaydı şındarsın payda vakitim bular bereni.
Nice. Very beautiful vocals from Dimash as usual. He has this kind of a whispery approach, very breathy, and that's the feeling that I always get when somebody's trying to sing something very dear to their heart, very sincere. Usually in psychology, they say when somebody wants to say something really important to you, they don't yell at you. They don't make their voice louder. They actually make it softer. They make it more like a whisper. Think about when somebody wants to tell you something really important, like a secret. They won't yell it at you, you know? They will tell you, they will whisper it to you, they will say it very softly. And that's kind of the approach that Dimash is trying here. The meaning of the song so far is that he would like to send peace for the whole world from his homeland of Kazakhstan. And just the visuals and just his singing and even emphasizing a lot of those consonants really puts the emotion first. And listen what they did when they were mixing this song. They really wanted it to fit the ambience of the video. So they really placed a lot of these ambiental reverbs on his vocal. Because think about it, if his voice was so dry in the mix, it kind of wouldn't suit the visual of the video. But when they put a lot of that reverb, which means, you know, to have your voice sound like it's in a room, like it's in nature, you have these delays, these echoes, it just feels more real, because wherever you are, if you're in a room, if you're in an empty room, if you're in a church, if you're outside, there's always this natural reverb coming. It's so natural that you don't even think about it that much. But listen to the ending of this phrase and you will hear exactly what I meant. You know, it just fades out. Dimash is on fire, literally. Dimash was praying in the chorus about wanting his country to always be there, to always live. And the ending is kind of telling us that that prayer is going to be answered, that everything is going to be okay. And I just love that. It just sounds so positive, it just feels so good. So watch the video once again and you will be able to hear the music even better. You can see these embers. And then that major chord, and now you have this beautiful landscape in front of us. Just a marvelous video, marvelous song, altogether well thought of and just brilliant. And I'm really proud of every single person that put their effort into making this song. Not only the song, but the video and everything. It just goes all well together. And as a musician and as a person that records his own songs and, you know, makes his own videos, I'm just so proud of these people. This looks and sounds so great. Props to everybody that's been working on this piece. Thank you, Dimash, for always bringing us some new and beautiful music. You are really contributing to this world more than you might realize. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, like it, share with your friends, consider subscribing, and hit that bell to get notified about my next videos. Those of you that are first time here, I'm a singing coach and I teach singing every day through Skype, Zoom, WhatsApp video call, or whatever works for you. If that's something you're interested in, check out my website, singeverything.com, consider booking a lesson, and I can teach you a thing or two. Or you can send me a clip of you singing. That can be an audio clip, video clip, send it over a Wizio, and I will give you some professional feedback. You can also book a custom reaction video over a Wizio. I do a lot of reaction videos, and I get so many suggestions suggestions each day, but I just can't get to them all. So if there's a video that you would really like me to analyze, send me the link over a Vizio, book a singing critique Vizio, and I'll post a reaction and analysis video within days. If you want to support this channel, consider buying me a copy through my PayPal me link. Think about it, copies aren't that expensive and every single thing adds up in the end, and it helps so much in the long term. I always send a private thank you message to everybody that supports, so if you support, you can expect a private thank you message from me as well. And what can I say? You look wonderful, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.